And good afternoon, folks. Welcome to bring you guys another one. This time here, we're looking at a rebuild of an x22 Vader. So check this out, sit back, relax, and of course, enjoy the show. And thank you for viewing this video. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the icon above, and then of course hitting the bell icon to get notifications when the next video drops. So here we go. What you're looking at right now is the Venom x22 engine in my son's motorcycle, and basically, well, it broke. It pooped the bed. And we were already going to move to a bigger engine regardless inside of it. So basically we went with this right here. This is a 250. The original one was a 125, so basically, and it went out from here going towards that direction. But the 250, you can see we have enough clearance at the top, but we didn't have clearance at the bottom at first. So basically we had to cut this bracket out going all the way across. As you can see, completely I cut it, bent this flat, and then from there we remounted the bolts in the bottom of it, and then we just sat it in place, tack welded it here, tack welded in the far side, and then we bolted the bracket up right here. And we're going to basically make another bracket that's going to go from here to here, and probably a bracket going from here to here. So the question is, can you fit a 250 into a Venom x22? The answer to that question is, you can see it right there. We still have wiring and everything else like that to do and everything else, but for right now we just making sure everything fits. We do have a new chain for it because again, the original chain would be too short. So the chain that we have for it and everything else like that is a 120 link chain. So again, this is something that you actually can do with this motorcycle. It will fit a 250 inside there quite easily, but you will just have to cut the bottom and then fabricate two brackets. So that's what we have going for right now. Again, we don't have the fairings and stuff on it and everything else of that, but that stuff should all fit because again, you can see it right here. You'll see it still would fit on it. All the fairings will fit exactly where it was and cover the engine. So again, you can fit a 250 inside of a 125 bay on an X22. But we'll bring you more videos when we get it started and everything else and get it running. This is Warp 103 saying warp out, have fun. We'll catch you guys on the next one. All right. Now we do have the engine mount and everything else of that. As you can see here, so that we do have a new chain put in everything else of that. And this was actually, I made a mistake in the last part of the video, so that I said it was a 120. It's a 140. As you can see right here and everything else that we did have I welded that plate in right here and everything else that bolted in this connection here to here, so it attaches to this right here, goes all the way through on both sides, as you can see. Now I said before that I was going to mount from here going to this way here, but the lower bolt right here is an easier place to mount it to, and it gives less clearance, better clearance. So you can see right here, so that it's mounted right here. Now it's welded here and fully on the bottom. Basically I put most of the welds on the bottom right there and everything else like that. And then this bracket here is completely made up as well. Again, you can see it's two pieces. This was originally folded this way and so that, and then I put this part of the bracket at an angle so that, to make sure that it adds basically a lot of support to it and everything else of that. So that was that part. Let's come around the bike to this side here. And again, we tack this right here. Now I still have to grind this section out to fully weld this section in, but again, right now it's welded in good enough right now so that the other part of the weld is right here. And then hopefully I can get a picture of the bottom of it, and if it doesn't come out clear, I'm sorry, but that's a picture of the bottom. But again, you can see how it's bolted in on this side right here. So we do have it bolted in and everything else like that. We to make sure everything is square. And now you can see the new exhaust system on it. Again, we're going to use the prior exhaust, but we decided, okay, we had the new exhaust, we're going to put it on here. So that I still need to make a bracket for this to mount to this right here. But you can see inside the exhaust system comes all the way through. Now, what's missing right here is the fairing. This would go, it's going to be outside of where the fairing is and everything else like that. So it's just enough room for us to put the fairing back on here and everything else like that. So, and then we're going to heat wrap this section right here, so that, and then we're going to put a shield with a bolt is right here. Put a shield over it, so again his leg won't be, will be good and everything else like that. You see, we did do a repaint on it and everything else like that. Throw some gloss on it and everything else that made it look good. So basically, you know, you're gonna see a video of it starting up in a couple, for, you know, just for a little bit and everything else of that. Oh, we did have to do this because since he changed to this clutch cable here, so that it doesn't have the switches to it and everything else of that that will activate it for the clutch, so it will start. We had to find out the hard way, so we connected these together. So that now again, we're going to make this better. Most likely, I'm just going to snip this and, you know, put it together the right way and everything else like that. But again, you'll see in the video that it starts up and everything else like that. Now again, we was going to use this here for the gear shift lever. So he did buy a new one and everything else like that. But we changed our minds, and basically I shortened. Hopefully you can get a good shot of that. I shortened the original up and everything else of that, and we welded it. Now again, it's welded all the way around. I did angle bevel the cable when I welded it back on and everything. So it's not going to break. Trust me, I've already put full weight on it. Yeah, I can pull it. You know, even from things, so that it's fine. So again, so we put a lot of welding inside of here to make sure it's good and everything else. I've still got a little bit more welding I want to do on it to make sure it's really, really good. But we're at the point now where everything is already started. Now, some people are going to be like, well, how did you do the electric to this? Okay, you're in the x22. I mean, it's really easy. You're just mashing up the colors. Green to green, yellow to yellow, blue to blue. And then the black is going to go to white. Now, this one here is the only one that's going to be left over. When what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut this and put a thing around this. Basically, it's the same thing as having two yellows. So they have the exact same function, but we don't need it in this case here. So again, we're going to snip this right here. We're going to snip it off, wrap it and everything else like that, so it can't interfere and everything else like that. But again, you can fit. Basically, we made the bike from originally an x22. Now it's basically an x22r. That's basically what the bike we've done with the bike. Again, they usually have they have a mounting plate that's different that connects all of this section together. We didn't do that. Again, it's mounted here, here, here. If we need to, we can do an extra mount here and everything like that. But I don't think that's going to be needed. Again, I did notch this out right here to make sure it fits in there correctly and everything else like that. Again, this is bolted in right here, so just in case we need to remove it, you know, we take the two bolts out, undo that bolt there, so that, and then from there we can get it out of there. So yeah, so in a minute you'll see it start, and hopefully you guys enjoy that. So again, you can go from 125 to a 250cc. You can convert your x22 to an x22r by just, you know, by buying the engine that's in the description. So again, check out the last part of it. You hear her start up and everything else. You hear the kids giggling and everything else. And we'll catch you guys later.
Oh, so I'm gonna take the battery off.
Huh?
Battery.
I don't know how.
Unplug it. Yeah. Don't touch them together.
That's why.
They touch together a little bit, bro.
See, that's why he should have just unplugged it instead of letting you do that.
Yippee!
Can you warm up?
Let it warm up, baby.
Take a break.
It's warming up.
No, let it just idle.
This is different. This is
Still got a little bit of issues, but we got this.
He's not hot.